Let's take a verse that goes like this. All the things we used to do, those dreamy teenage nights, nothing matters like it did back when you were mine. If you look at the first line, all the things we used to do, it's pretty generic. It's pretty uninteresting. There's nothing specific going on. There's not much of anything that actually stimulates your imagination. And so the verse is rather bland. What you can do is use something more specific. For example, chasing cars and neon lights, those dreamy teenage nights. Nothing matters like it did back when you were mine. And suddenly, there is more that is happening in your imagination. Chasing cars and neon lights. I don't know how many of you think of the song by Snow Patrol, Chasing Cars, when you hear that, but I definitely do. And it's a love song, and we're talking about teenagers. We're also talking about neon lights, which create associations of nightlife or fast food restaurants, which is where most teenagers would hang out in. And suddenly, the whole verse gets a different mood because we use something more specific. Not only that, and this is where this dripping paint rule comes into place. You can imagine that line, chasing cars and neon lights, as if it was actually soaked in paint or soaked in dye. And that paint is dripping on the lyrics that are below the first line. So the lyrics get more of a mood, more of a color. That's one example. Now let's switch those lines around a little bit. Nothing matters like it did back when you were mine. Chasing cars and neon lights, those dreamy teenage nights. Now, chasing cars and neon lights is the third line in the verse. And because gravity goes down, makes things drop down, it drips the paint only on the last lyric, on the last line, rather than the entire verse. So we're left with a little more bland lyrics in the first two lines of the verse. Nothing matters like it did back when you were mine. Chasing cars and neon lights, those dreamy teenage nights. So you can see how, depending on the placement of a colored lyric or a colored line, it will affect the rest of the verse. And in essence, that is how you color your lyrics. That's one of the ways that you can do it. There's other ways as well. So I hope that you found this tip inspiring. And if you click in the link of the description of the video, it will take you to more tips on how to create interesting metaphors and also how to deal with writer's block. Who hasn't had that issue as a writer? So check it out. Just it'll take you to what you need to do, and you'll be able to download everything from there. And if you haven't, then definitely check out the Essential Songwriting course. And if you found this useful, then please share it with your friends or invite them to the event page. I will be sharing more tips on lyrics, actually more tips on songwriting. Next one will be on composition, and then the one after will be on melody. So stay tuned, and if you have any questions, definitely ask me. I'm available to answer them, and don't hesitate to get in touch. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. And for now, this is Petra Jordan signing out, and I wish you a creative day and weekend and night. Bye.